Billericay 2, Potters Bar 1. Gary, a sad day for the football club, but a performance that was a fitting tribute to.
Yeah, I thought, look, I mean, the news that come through and filtered through to the football club, to a man that has been pivotal to this football club over the course of his time. He's had a lot of roles and a lot of jobs, and he's really well respected. And to hear of his passing, I felt, if we could put a performance together and a result together as a fitting tribute, today was the day. And I'm really pleased that we've been able to get a win and dedicate it very much to Ron.
First half, the game was quite dull at times. Both teams looked...
Dull's a bit harsh, but tired. I get what you're saying.
But in the end, second half, I feel like a poor first 5 minutes from us, and then we sort of really, the goal made us kick on and get into our normal rhythm.
I think first half was uneventful, more so than dull. I think there was opposition that were really brought the fight to the party, and we were just sort of, if anything, just shielding it and sort of batting it away more so than bringing the fight. And I said that at half time. I said, when opposition come into our backyard, they are going to bring it, and we have got to make sure that we're on the front foot and we're bringing it at every opportunity. And I felt the first 5 or 10 minutes, you may not agree with this, Reece, but I thought the first 5 or 10 minutes we showed a little bit more aggression, and we got a little bit more on the front foot and showed a little more fight, and they sort of scored against the run of play. It derailed us for a period mentally, which that happens, but then I felt we found second wind, and then all of a sudden we really found some momentum, and I thought we were excellent in the last 30-35 minutes. I mean, I'm a strong believer that it's how you finish games of football really is the catalyst to the result, and I thought for the last 30-35 minutes we could have scored 5 or 6. Admittedly, at 1-0 they had a really good opportunity to make it 2-0, and that would have been a long way back. And I was really impressed with the opposition today. You can see why they're 1 defeat in 12 games. You can see why they're in the top 3 in the current form. I think Max, and Liam have done a great job. They've put together a side that has an identity. They've got a potent front end of the pitch in Brandon Adams, Timmy, and obviously Orworth as well. So there's there's a real look to them that that's at the level, and credit to Max for that. But it was a tough game, really tough game, and we had to really be at our best in the last half hour to really take the game to them. And I did honestly believe once we got the equaliser and we had momentum and it had shifted, there was only going to be one winner. And as I say, another day, if we were a little more clinical and a little more efficient, we would have taken the game away from them a little bit earlier. But I'm really pleased with the win.
2 players that were key in midfield today, both defensively and offensively, were Ollie and Matt. Really shone through, and Matt really captained the side and helped us get through to get a win.
Well, Matt Johnson is the reason, he is my captain. His days like today. He's rolled through the door today. His ankle is black and blue. It's swollen like you wouldn't believe. He doesn't even want to show the physio, the ankle, and that's the type of the man he is. He strapped it up, he's taken a couple of painkillers, and he's put a performance together like that. And I felt him personally in the last half hour again was the catalyst to the performance. I thought he drove the team on with such a purpose and such an intensity that everyone was dragged along with him really, and I thought he was excellent. Ollie has been brought into the team to give us that energy and give us that legs and give us that different identity in there, and I thought again he was excellent. But I think that the biggest pivotal player in the 2 back-to-back wins in 2 really tough games, as much as there's been some good displays. I thought defensively again, Tommy Davis and Alan Pollock until his injury was very good. But the one for me that really stands out and glaringly stands out is Frank Merrifield. I thought he was outstanding on Saturday, and I thought he was brilliant the way he led the line again today. I felt he kept alive and the ball so many times and made good balls into very good balls, and even made bad balls into good balls. So sign of a great performance, great team performance when a player does that, and I thought he was again really pivotal to the win.
2 wins out of 2, a pivotal January, 8 games to go, a big game against Hornchurch coming up, and we'll be looking to try and close that gap between us and them.
Hornchurch is on the horizon. It's way out there on the horizon. We've still got some tough games before that. you know, there's no question that the Kingstonians, Cray and Lewis game are more important than the Hornchurch game at the moment, Reece. The focus is solely on Kingstonians. We'll make sure that we recover well and we re-energise on Thursday, because there's some tired limbs out there. Some players have played a little longer than I would like, but we'll be ready for Saturday firstly. And make sure that we put a performance together to back up the latest 2 wins. Special mention, I mentioned the fans on Saturday, but I thought they really played their part in that last half hour. They were noisy, they were really sort of, you know, forceful in driving the boys on, and that's what New Lodge needs to be like. Then we need to have a fan base like that, screaming, shouting, and really, you know, helping the team along. And I thought they played a massive part in the win today, so credit to them as well.
Right, cheers, Gary, and well done.
You're welcome.